Scorpio, hi, how are you doing? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jenny. I go over the astrology transit highlights for each week. This is going to be for September 1st through September 7th. I just can't believe we're already in September already, Scorpio. And we have so much energy going on this week. We have Uranus going retrograde. We have Saturn retrograding back into Pisces. We have Mercury going into Virgo. And we have the big banger at the end of the week, which is happening on Sunday. Yes, Sunday. I had to double check. There's just so much going on. Which is the full moon eclipse that we're having in Pisces. And this is going to be a crazy week. So there's so much going on. I'm just going to get into it. So Monday, September 1st, Saturn is going to retrograde back into Pisces. So you're going to wake up feeling this energy. It will retrograde technically at 3 a.m. Central Standard Time. Also, I use Central Standard Time for everything, all the time zones. So change accordingly to your time zone. So Saturn is moving into Pisces. Now, Daddy Saturn. Moving into Pisces for you guys, this is really about being committed to your creativity, being committed to bringing your inner child forward and what you do in your life, like bringing your inner child joy, as well as dating. If you're a single Scorpio, this is also the house of dating as well. So being committed to these, something as simple as, you said you wouldn't date anybody who did this anymore. And then, you go and you date that person. Saturn is going to be like, what are you doing? You said you wouldn't do it. Something as simple as that. But, not really simple. But Monday, we're going to be feeling this Saturn and Pisces energy. We've already felt Saturn in Pisces. This is not new energy. You've been feeling this for the past 2.5 years. So this is nothing to be fearful of, nothing to be scared of. This energy is just here for you to finish up and close chapters out. Now, on Monday, we will also have the Sagittarius moon making a trine to Mercury at 6:30 p.m. And I love this for you guys when it has to do with your career and understanding where you're looking to go in your career when it comes to resources. So utilize this transit to really, trines are natural flowing energy. You don't need to try for a trine. So you're going to feel this energy regardless, but your emotional focus is going to be on your value, career, money, resources, and it's making this trine to your mental space in your career where we just had this Mercury retrograde, and Mercury's still in Leo. Yes, it's out of shadow, it's out of pre-shadow, whatever it is, not pre-shadow, it's out of shadow, but we still have Mercury in Leo. So we are feeling this energy, especially as Mercury is getting to up to that 29th degree, that aneretic degree. It's pushing something out of our mind for us, especially for you when it comes to your career. Now, on 8:45 p.m., the moon will move into Capricorn, which I really love for you guys because this energy is all about your mental space. And this is why you Scorpios can feel a little bit emotionally distant in conversations. Just more of that observer energy. Capricorn moons are really good collectively to pull back emotionally and see things for what they are and really work on those long-term goals. Tuesday, September 2nd, we will have a Capricorn moon all day, which is amazing. But the Mercury will also be moving into Virgo, which, thank God, whatever, I don't know. Okay, I'm just happy about it, as you should be too, because we're finally ending this Mercury in retrograde chapter. And Mercury moving into Virgo and Mercury are besties. So we're going to feel crispy. We're going to feel alive in the mind, really concise, really a lot of clarity when Mercury's in Virgo, a lot of quick decisions that make sense in order to serve you, Scorpio. And this is entering into your 11th house. So this is really about focusing on those hopes and dreams, especially if you had a tough go of it with the career Mercury retrograde that you guys experienced. If you had a tough go of it, this is really being motivated in your mind to tackle what actually brings you joy. So I love this for you guys. Wednesday, September 3rd, we will wake up with a Capricorn moon. And Mercury will square Uranus at 2:40 a.m., which Uranus is sitting at that 1 degree, 0 degree. There is this square, but it's happening at 2:40 a.m. in the morning. You might sleep through it. Pay attention to your dreams. Every time we have intense aspects that are happening at night, it's important to know that our subconscious is speaking to us, especially you Scorpios. You guys are so intuitive. I bet you guys dream a lot and get messages through there. So just pay attention to that. We have the Capricorn moon making a square to Mars at 6:20 a.m. Capricorn moon making a square to Mars. This is your mental houses squaring off with each other, your subconscious and your conscious. Just kind of maybe not seeing eye to eye when it comes to your sense of self and your value. Moon moves pretty quick, so this is a quick transit, but just be wary, like if you wake up in a mood in your mind, like if you wake up moody and you're just like, like this, I can't do this. Like, one, accept that. Just accept that you're moody. Who cares? Like, this is life. We're human. We're allowed to feel how we want to feel, right? But don't put yourself down. Just watch in the morning. Don't set the tone for the day as negative, meaning accept how you feel in the moment and accept that you're not feeling these great feelings, or you're feeling tension or anxiety. It can come off in a lot of ways, but just accept how you feel. Don't set the tone being like waking up being like, this is going to be a miserable day, this is going to be awful, because if you do that, it probably is, because you're manifesting it. So just be careful. What I do love is, even though we have the square to Mars, we have we have the Capricorn moon opposing Jupiter at 7:50 a.m. And even oppositions to Jupiter can feel really good, feel really optimistic. Jupiter just is that optimistic planet. But just, pull towards your growth is what I'm hearing. Pull towards the bigger picture. Even though you might have a lot, in your mind, you might think I have a long way to go to get where I want to be. It's still about being present and enjoying this moment and understanding that there's a bigger picture at play. Thursday, September 4th, we will have a Aquarius moon. We will wake up with an Aquarius moon, and the Aquarius moon will sextile Neptune at 8 a.m., trine Uranus at 8:15 a.m., and conjunct Pluto at 9 a.m. Aquarius moons right now, just in general, we're really pulling towards our transformation and where we're putting the power outside of ourselves. And for you guys, you Scorpios are really understanding where you're putting the power outside of yourself when it comes to family and home life. Aquarius moons naturally make a square to you, your sense of self, who you are. Whether you're a Scorpio ascendant, sun, moon, you're going to get a square the moon is going to square your placements, your Scorpio placements, which squares can feel tense. You can feel tense. And you, Scorpio, as a fixed sign, change can be a little bit more difficult. Listen, I'm a Leo rising. Change is hard for us fixed signs. It really is. But as soon as we just embrace the change and go with the flow and let go, then we feel better. So every time there's an Aquarius moon, for the next 16 years when Pluto's in Aquarius, the moon's going to be making a conjunction to it. It's going to be bringing something out for you. And every time you work on where you're putting the power outside of yourself, whether that's you holding yourself back in your mind by telling yourself it's never going to work out, or you putting the power outside of yourself when it comes to other people in your life, like they have control over you, it's going to keep coming up every Aquarius moon until you tackle it, until you understand where this belief is coming from. Once you understand where this belief is coming from, then you're good to go. And then the Aquarius moon is going to feel very powerful. Instead of dread, you're like heavy. I said dread, but heaviness, because you might dread it, I guess is what I'm saying, Scorpio. But we also have this day, Mars in Libra is going to be squaring Jupiter. Squares with Jupiter are still seen as positive aspects, but this is a really great time, especially because Mars is transiting your 12th house. You guys could be feeling a little bit more tired than normal. Just Mars is our passion and our energy, and when it's in that dark 12th house, we're doing a lot of healing subconsciously. So in your sleep, you might not know it, and healing your subconscious is a lot of work. It's a lot of freaking work. So understanding that, like, it's okay if you're tired, relax. And this square happening at 10 p.m., you might feel it kind of all day. This transit, you probably are going to feel for a couple days, but this is really you understanding what subconsciously you want to go after and where subconsciously you are sabotaging yourself when it comes to your expansion and your growth. That simple. Like, just be open to change. Be open to it. It's easier said than done. I know. So Friday, September 5th, we will wake up with an Aquarius moon. And I love that the Aquarius moon will make a trine to Mars at 4 p.m. This is your internal houses. This is an internal transformation. This is you being emotionally on the same page as your passions and your drives. So if you did have a tough day before that, especially with Mars square Jupiter, like a little bit more tough than normal, then especially if Jupiter's trying to expand something for you, sometimes Jupiter can backfire because Jupiter's job really is just to expand. And sometimes it expands things we don't like, so we cut it out. So we stop. And if you are somebody that likes to drink or smoke weed or any of those things, nothing wrong with doing those, but just know that Jupiter, with that Jupiter-Mars square, you could have a tendency to overdo it. So just be careful with that. Really treat your body nice. But I love this trine to Mars. Especially, like I said, for passion, drive, your emotional well-being, your inner child, your emotional body, whatever you want to call it, being on the same page as your subconscious beliefs. Now, Friday might also be a day that could feel a little bit of pressure, a little bit of anxiety, and that's because Uranus is going retrograde at 11:51 p.m. Uranus is a planet that does give us a lot of mental energy. It is a higher octave of Mercury for a reason. It gives us a lot of mental energy, especially in Gemini, which is a mental sign ruled by Mercury. And the day that Uranus goes retrograde, we can really, really feel it. Like, we can really, really feel it. We can feel that anxiety, that tension, that like anticipation, like that something is going to happen, but we don't know what's going to happen. So this is going to be a day, Friday, to move your body if you're feeling mental energy. Okay, like moving it, shaking your body out, like literally standing up and shaking does wonders for your system, and it really helps out, especially because it's Virgo season, and collectively Virgo season is about health and well-being in your physical body. So really taking care of your body is going to do you wonders, and that's why I'm saying watch out for that square with Jupiter in your 12th house, with Mars in your 12th house, because the 12th house does denote to our self-sabotaging behaviors, substances. Talking so fast because I'm tapping into this Uranus energy. It can deal with substances. And so if you're not taking care of your body, if you're drinking, and if you're hungover, or you're, just really, or eating a lot of shitty food, it can give you a little bit more anxiety just during this time. So understanding, like, maybe I should just be super clean for these 3 days. Just be super clean, Scorpio. It's going to help you so much, and it's going to help bring down that anxiety, especially if you were somebody that really feels transits when they, are at that critical degree or at that critical turning point. Everybody feels it on some level, but if you are a Scorpio that's so in tune with the energy, taking care of your body is going to help that anxiety. It's going to help that depression. It's going to help during this time specifically. So Saturday, we will wake up with an Aquarius moon, but this is Saturday, September 6th. We will wake up with that Aquarius moon, but the moon's going to move into Pisces at 11 a.m., and the Pisces moon is going to square Uranus at 1:30 p.m. We are going to start to feel this eclipse. Talking so fast. It's like I tap into that Uranus energy, and I'm just like, blah, 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 especially with Gemini. All right, so September 7th, we have the full moon eclipse. So we're just going to be feeling this all weekend. This eclipse is happening in your 5th house. This is beautiful, beautiful energy when it comes to what gives you joy, what gives you pleasure. You could be finishing up a creative project at this time, getting ready to showcase it to the world. You could bring your inner child forward. This could be inner child healing as well, like concluding a chapter, like, your 8-year-old self you've been working on for a long time, for example, or your 20-year-old self. And, you've been showing them love love, giving them love, and they finally are integrated into you and coming forward with you. This could be you changing your beliefs when, you know, you were younger, switching up beliefs that no longer serve you when it comes to your creativity, your joy, and your passion. Like, were you allowed to be happy, Scorpio? Like, that's what I'm getting right now for somebody specifically. Were you allowed to be happy? Were you allowed to experience joy and pleasure to the fullest extent, or were you judged for it? That's very specific, but take that as it resonates. This is a beautiful, beautiful full moon for you guys, because full moons do reveal something. And you're going to be feeling a lot of creative passions, a lot of aha hits, a lot of energy. And if you're not feeling it and you're just feeling anxiety in your body and you're not getting any intuitive hits or, like, you know, passions on where to lead when it comes to your creativity and your joy and your pleasure, then you need to move your body. You need to shake it out. You need to dig into your inner child, dig into your past, and discover what joy meant to them and how can you bring and honor your inner child moving forward. There's a lot of ways that this full moon eclipse can happen, just because eclipse season is kind of up in the air. It really is. It is. And you're going to be feeling this all weekend, and just focus on, you're going to get energy. At the same time, how are you using that energy? Are you using it to serve you? Or are you using it in a way that it's feeding your anxiety, your depression, any of those negative frustration, any of those negative qualities that I don't want to experience? I mean, if I'm being honest, like, I don't want to experience that. And also know that anger is not a bad thing. Anger is just passion waiting to be released. So when you start taking action on something that serves you when you're angry, it turns into passion. Anger is just adrenaline. It's getting you going on something. So keep that in mind. All right, Scorpio. Thank you so much for being here, by the way. I super appreciate you guys so much as I'm building this channel. I'm going to do an energy card pull, so pick one or two here and take what resonates and leave the rest. It's not always meant for, like, if it doesn't resonate, like, it doesn't resonate. You know what I mean? Also, let me know if it resonates. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new here, or if you've been watching me for a while. All those likes are comments. I love hearing from you guys. It just makes me so happy to hear, like, you know, what resonates and what's going on in your life. So, all right. So number ones here and number twos. Number ones. Oh, wow. I'm going to show you the card. That is beautiful energy. I love it. Number ones, next week might be a little confusing for you. You might feel a little bit confused about where you're flowing and where you're going. And that's okay. That's completely okay. It's just about honoring that you're confused. Okay, and what that means is accepting that you're confused. I'm confused right now. I don't know which direction I'm going in, and that's fine. Like, I'm just going to go with the flow. Because I'm also hearing, like, breadcrumbs and ripple effects as well. Getting ideas out of nowhere and understanding that you might not get the full picture next week, but that's okay. I'm also hearing meditation and diving into your subconscious is going to be very, very important, and dreams next week, because they're feeding you breadcrumbs, number ones. But you might have a lot of choices to make next week, meaning that the choices you don't actually have to make. It's like you might feel this pressure to make decisions, but you don't have to, okay? Don't feel like you have to make decisions. All right, number twos. Oh my gosh, I love this. Oh, number two, this is going to be all about loving your inner child next week. All about it. All right, I'll show you these cards because I got to. There's something in your past next week that's going to be revealed, number twos. You already kind of know what this is. You've been avoiding it. You've been avoiding digging deep, number twos, like subconsciously. You've just been like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. But next week is going to be about you going there when it involves your inner child. And when you also, I'm hearing, when you went against your intuition, it's almost like you are not punishing yourself, but it's like you went against your intuition at times in your life, and that made you not trust yourself and your intuition now, because you're like, what the hell? Like, I knew that. I should have done that, but I didn't do that. And I feel the anger, actually. It's like I feel anger from it. Like, you're angry at yourself for not trusting your intuition when you should have. And I'm hearing it's not about forgiveness. It's just about acceptance. Like, yeah, that happened, but look at where you are now. But something is, there's going to be, I usually look at the pictures, but I just see like epiphany. Like, I just see like this major epiphany. And you guys are in the process of really diving deep into what it is that your heart is leading you to do. And you're going through a lot of acceptance / letting go process of, trusting yourself again. Number twos. That's what it's really about. Like, trusting yourself again. So don't be afraid to go deep. And I know that you're Scorpio energy, but we block our trauma. We do. We block it. I do. I do. I don't but what I mean by that is, yes, you know what happened, but you haven't felt the feelings for it yet. So next week is going to be rest, number twos. You're going to be doing a lot of intuition, inner child. Look at that baby. A lot of inner child work. All right. Thank you so much, Scorpios. I will see you next week.